these daily check-ins, daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, Monday through Friday around noon. This is a nooner. Okay, it's 12:07, so I'm kind of right on time, right? So hopefully you guys are well. Happy Friday. It's September 8th, 2023. And I do these, like I said, I do these daily check-ins, talk about things, hospitality, everything hospitality. And most of the times I'm showing a hotel that I've either visited or I'm visiting currently. So actually, this was yesterday. I was at this hotel. This is the Westin Long Beach, one of my favorite hotels in the LBC. Probably my second favorite. It's my second favorite. I don't know. It's one of my favorites, right? It's in the top two. Okay, let's put it like that. It's in the top two. As far as larger hotels, it's number one. Okay, 469 hotel rooms, I believe, something like that. About well, let me stop. Let me stop because you know what, I forgot how many rooms the hotel has, and I don't want to say anything wrong, right? So I'll get back to that in a minute. But anyway, this is the lobby level. So I'm taking this picture or this video from the third level where the meeting space is. Okay, so just for reference, right? So you can see the lobby, you can see the front desk area, you can see people congregating, having a good time, and you see the bar on the other side, and yeah, so you can see the registration area right over there. You see it right there. So, oh yeah, so a lot of places to sit and congregate, and just kind of congregate and network and all that kind of stuff. That's why I kind of like this hotel where there's just a lot of space, a lot of communal space, right, for people to come in and kind of get to know each other, talk and whatever. And it's great for like a small, mid-sized convention or conference because they have ample space for all that. And let's see. Let me get to the next one. And I always have an agenda, right? So I always have something I want to talk about. So I'm going to talk about, well, in the next slide you'll see. But let me make sure I did not open up the chat. That's odd. I didn't do that. So if you guys want to make comments, say, hey, what's going on? Feel free to do that. I welcome the conversation. I welcome the engagement, all that kind of stuff. So moving forward. Boom. Okay, so this is part of their meeting space, right? This is the largest ballroom, part of the largest ballroom. You can see they even have outdoor space. You can see the green space out there, the windows right there. So natural lighting. Who doesn't like meeting space that has natural lighting? I know I do, right? And a lot of clients, they look for that. So I go to these hotels because I do hotel site selection for companies and organizations. And I go to these hotels just so I can take the photos, the pictures, and I have a reference. So if anyone asks, hey, we're thinking about doing a program in Long Beach, you know any hotels there? Well, hey, as a matter of fact, I know the Westin Long Beach. And we need natural lighting for the ballroom. Okay, you got natural lighting, right? And I'm going to show you the pre-conference space in a minute. So all the photos I'm going to show you and videos on this daily check-in are of the Westin Long Beach, and most of them have to do with their space, the meeting space. Okay, so there you go. And this is the first for that. I normally show more of like maybe lobby and guest rooms and less of the meeting space, but because this one has substantial meeting space, I wanted to show you guys that as well. So it has at least 30,000 square feet of meeting space. So there you go. So, okay, so the topic today, I'm always talking about or discussing things about, what we should do as hoteliers, either that's sales, if that's in operations. But what about the guests, right? The guests sometimes they come in hotels and, sometimes they don't have etiquette or they don't follow any etiquette. So I said, let me talk to the hotel guests that are coming in and how to communicate more, how to get things if there's issues, how to, figure things out and what they should do when they come to a hotel. Because a lot of people that watch me or listen to me on LinkedIn are potential guests. Either they stay in hotels now or they potentially can stay in hotels, right? So I want to make sure I reach that particular part of the audience as well. So guest etiquette. So we're going to go on. I want to say it's like 6. Okay, so feel free to make comments as I'm going through this. Once again, this is the Westin Long Beach, the LBC. Number 1 is interacting with the guests, interacting with hotel guests. Now, before I get into that, there's 3, 1, 2, 3. There's kind of 4 sections. So I'm only going to go out over the 1 today, right? So I'm going interacting with hotel guests. Okay. We also have a section handling issues during your stay, as well as general travel tips for a smooth experience. But we're only going to talk about today the interacting with hotel staff. So, okay, number one, interacting with hotel guests. Be courteous. Always be polite and respectful when interacting with hotel staff. A friendly attitude goes a long way in ensuring a positive experience. You know, when you check into a hotel, um, just like they're welcoming you. I mean, you have to want to be welcomed. You know what I mean? You can't come in there with an attitude and everything. Because I remember working at the front desk. I mean, some guests would come in there with chips on their shoulder with attitude, and I understand maybe they had a canceled flight and maybe the rental car wasn't ready or whatever issues they had to deal with, right? Well, it's easier to get things when you're nice, right? I mean, this seems like the easiest thing to say and the simplest thing. People should understand that, but if you work in a hotel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People will come in with everything on their shoulders and they'll sometimes let it out. So be courteous, right? Because you don't know what that person behind the desk has gone through either, right? You're guest number 300, right? And you come in with an attitude. So, and not saying that it's okay for the employee behind the front desk to have an attitude with you as well, but if you come off wrong, then what do you expect to get? Okay, I mean, there's a lot of people that can handle it, but we have to be courteous. We have to be nice. We have to be respectful of their position as well. Okay, they're here to help, right? They can't help anything that has happened in the past, but they can make sure or ensure that the feeling of hospitality you have it once you walk through those doors, right? So we're hoping that the employee, the front desk employee or attendee is doing that. Okay, so but be courteous, always be polite and respectful when interacting with hotel staff. A friendly attitude goes a long way in ensuring a positive experience. So remember that. Number three, use names if you can. Address staff members by their names if you know them, and introduce yourself when checking in. It creates a personal connection and shows appreciation. So most of them, I would hope 99% of people that are working behind the desk have a name tag on. So you know exactly who you're dealing with. So you may not be able to use their name the first time that you encounter them, but remember their names for, the next time you come back by the front desk or you call in the front desk and say, hey, I just talked to Jill downstairs. Is she available? Hey, Jill, this is Russell. I just checked in and we had this conversation about this, and that. Can you make sure this happens, or can you? I just want to follow up on that. Whatever the case may be, it's always good to use their name because they'll use your name as well, and they should use your name. Okay, now this photo right here, or this video right here, just so you know, this is their meeting space, but this is the pre-function area for that ballroom that I showed you a little while ago. So look how big the space is. Pre-function space is huge. People want big pre-function space because you can have your lunches out there, your snacks, your breaks, your registration, all that stuff, and that's the meeting room right there. So all this stuff, and this ample space for all of that. So, my groups look for, substantial pre-meeting space, right? So meaning you don't have to have the lunch and everything inside the room. You can actually set up rounds out here as well, right? So your pre-function space just turn into a lunch space, or your breaks, with your coffee, your donuts, your whatever, your cookies, your afternoon break or whatever. So and the restrooms are just right over there. So everything is kind of right there. So I love this space at the Long Beach Westin because it's on the third floor. It's away from everything. Okay, so there you go. And a lot of breakout rooms are down the hallway as well. So I love it. I love the space. So let's see, where am I? Next one is tipping. What is tipping? In many countries, tipping hotel staff is customary. Consider tipping housekeeping, bellman, and concierge staff for their services. Research local tipping customs to ensure you tip appropriately. So yeah, whatever it is, it's 10%, 15%, or whatever you can afford to tip them, right? Housekeeping, I start tipping as soon as I check in the door, right? So when I get in the room, if I stay the night, I'm gonna tip, say $5 or whatever it is, whatever you're comfortable with doing, um, regardless if they've done anything for me or not. I've been doing that for years, and I'll continue to do that. But if you stay there several days, then of course you want to make sure that you are tipping appropriately, or whatever that is. Okay, and when I leave, I when I leave is when I leave the tip, right? So when I'm checking out, I leave it on the last day. I don't do it every day. I do it at if I've stayed for 5 days, I'm gonna do it on day five. Okay. So when I'll leave a note like, thank you very much for your, very clean room or whatever. So, and they love that stuff, right? They'll take it back to they'll take the note back to their managers and supervisors, and they'll talk about that stuff. How do I know that? Because I used to be a housekeeping manager. So I remember when people would leave tips, they would, they'd be happy about it, right? Because not everybody was getting them, right? So, they want us to know that they're doing a good job, which we knew anyway. But it's always good that the guests see that they're doing a great job as well. And then what does tipping stand for? Tip stands for to ensure proper service. I don't know who came up with the acronym, but I guess I knew that, from being years in hospitality, but tips, the acronym to ensure proper service. I'm sure everybody didn't know that, right? So I'm just giving y'all some information, right? Number 5, communication. Clearly communicate your needs and preferences when making reservations or during check-in. If you have specific requests, such as a room with a view or extra pillows, let the staff know in advance. So if you need feather pillows opposed to, if you want non-feather pillows, because some people can be allergic to feathers, right? If you want just synthetic pillow, I guess that's what it is, a foam pillow, you can ask for that. Make sure you request that. I would request before I even got to the hotel, though. You can request those when you make your reservation. A lot of the new reservation systems allow you to put notes in there, and those notes will hopefully get to the front desk when you check in. But they should go over there and say, I understand you requested a foam pillow. Okay, that should be in your room. If not, just let us know, or I'll make sure I call housekeeping to double check that there's a foam pillow in your room. But make sure you make that known. Like, hey, I requested a foam pillow. I just want to make sure it's there. Because sometimes those notes that you put in the reservation don't make it to the front desk. Okay, so don't blame the front desk. Well, I did it and it's not. No. Just communicate what you're looking for. Communication is half the key, right? Half the battle. Because sometimes we just assume because we let someone know we let IA know, and we think IA is going to let them know. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, right? So just make sure you're communicating these things at check-in, okay? Featherless pillows, yes, featherless pillows or foam pillows or synthetic pillows, whatever, because sometimes people can be even allergic to that. Okay, I want a featherless pillow, but what is it made out of? Is it synthetic? Is it foam? A lot of people got some issues. People have issues. But yeah, featherless pillow, that's good. Thank you so much. That's Mr. Monday Wilkinson. I appreciate you jumping on here. He's with Global 7, Globa7.com out of New Orleans. So if you need transportation in and around New Orleans from the airport, even the private airports, contact Globa7.com Monday, and just tell him Russell of Hotel sent you. He'll take care of you. Okay, so communication, just make sure you're communicating exactly what you need, because people behind the front desk are not mind readers. I know we would like them to be, but they are not. And the last one is respect privacy. Respect the privacy of hotel staff and other guests. Avoid wandering into restricted areas and keep noise levels down, especially during quiet hours. Yeah, if it's quiet hours, that means to be quiet, right? So, and, going, knocking on doors, we're knocking on doors and running, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure the people that follow me or listen to this show, they don't do that. But for people that just may not know the etiquette, stay out of areas that are not public space or behind the house and back of the back of the house, like the kitchen areas. If it says on the door, employees only, staff only, that means that excludes you. You cannot go through there. Okay, you should not go in there. Okay, um, rooftops. I remember hotels I worked in. This is one specific one in Sacramento where people would be on the roof. That's a safety issue first of all, and but by law you cannot lock the door because of fire, right? Just in case there's fire, what they tell you to do is go up, right? So you go to the roof. That door should not be locked, but it should be armed, meaning there should be an alarm. So if anyone goes to that door, it should at least trigger an alarm that someone has gone up on the roof, right? Well, this was back in the day when it didn't have to be armed. It had to be unlocked, but it didn't have to be armed with an alarm. So people would go on the roof and they would have pillows and mattresses and not mattresses, but blankets up there and doing whatever they do, right? So that's an area where they shouldn't be. Okay, I remember kicking people out of the hotel because of that, because they wanted to explore and do things that they can't do at home, right? People that can't do things at home, they come to the hotel and do those things, right? Well, I was a night manager, and I would encounter some of the darndest things. In fact, I can write a darn book about some of the stuff that I used to walk in on. So I'm at the 11th floor. This hotel I had 11 floors, right? So, and one night I noticed that the rooftop door was ajar, meaning it wasn't closed, which told me somebody had been up there and didn't close the door. So I go up there, and it's at night, and I'm looking around and I'm hearing things, right? So, and the thing of it is the safety issues. There's a lot of pipes and exposed things out there that you can trip over. But that was no concern of the guests, obviously, right? So they're on. It was a couple. They're on they're on the roof doing their thing, and I had to, interrupt it and ask them to leave. What room are you in? And we basically just escorted them out. Okay, escorted. No, stop at your room. We're going out. Okay, because they shouldn't have been up there. It's a safety issue, and those are things that just can't be tolerated. So, but anyway, what did Monday say? He's laughing. Tell people stop requesting wake-up calls. The front desk is too busy. Okay, use their iPhones for wake-up. Right. No, I, you know what? I'm gonna say I agree, right? Because who uses a phone in a hotel anyway? And do we still use the phone? I guess you do call the front desk. But yeah, for a wake up call, yeah, you should be able to use your iPhone for that, or any phone that you have should be able to wake you up. But yeah, people, I remember that too. Oh, I didn't get my wake up call. I missed my flight. That kind of thing. So, but yeah, that's funny, and yeah, I understand it. But yeah, so just make sure we respect privacy, respect the privacy of hotel staff and other guests. Okay, because there are other guests, right? And you can make noise to interrupt the other guests, right? But just make sure we're doing everything we can to be respectful of the hotel staff as well as other guests. Okay, so that's it. I will talk about the other stuff maybe on Monday. Okay, but yeah, so I have two other things to talk about, and that was handling issues during your stay, and then general travel tips for a smooth experience. But I will cover those on Monday, or at least one of them. So there you go. But hey, this is another view of the West End Long Beach. This is coming down the escalator. So this is coming down from the second floor, right? So, and this goes into the lobby. You can see the front desk area right there. You see that market right that was in front of us. This kind of goes around the bend to the restaurant, and it's going to make a left to the main part of the lobby and out the door. Well, I'm not going to go out the door, but it just gives you an idea of what this hotel looks like, what the lobby looks like. You're going to pan to your right, and you can see some other seating area over there, part of the restaurant or the bar. So yeah, so it's, like I said, it's a very nice hotel. It's a full service hotel. Yesterday I talked about select service and limited service hotels. Don't sleep on those. Well, if you have the need, or you're so inclined to stay at a full service hotel, this is one of the best ones out there, especially in Long Beach, right? So like I said, this is in the top two of hotels in Long Beach for me. Okay, so love coming here, love doing my lives from here, love the staff there. I've had at least 2 meetings at this hotel as well. So there you go. just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so much, Monday, for leaving your comments, and I do appreciate the engagement. I don't take that lightly. So that is about it. But I cannot leave without at least, hey, it's about the sponsor, right? Level Hotel downtown LA, stayinglevel.com. So if you want that Russell of Hotels rate, you're looking for that, you're downtown LA, you need to be down there. Stayinglevel.com is the website, and just go to the promo code and type in ROH23. You get the rate that I normally would get, right? It's not free. It ain't a free 99 situation, but you will get a discount on there, okay? And typically, this is a good hotel for long-term stays because it does have full kitchen. All the rooms are suites. The rooms start square footage wise, 700 to 1,200 square feet, something like that. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Your typical hotel size is 300 to 350 square feet. Just FYI. So they all have full kitchens. They all have washers and dryers. They all have balconies. And a lot of hotels don't. All rooms have balconies, right? You may get, oh, it's special rate, it has a balcony and view of the city or whatever, so you got to pay extra for that. No, you don't have to do that here because all the rooms have balconies with a tables and chairs outside on the balcony as well, so you can get out there, put your smoke on or whatever, eat out there, whatever you do on the balcony, you can do that out there. But this is the Level Hotel Los Angeles it's downtown LA, South Olive. So there you go. ROH23, always get that Russell of Hotels rate. You know what? Any hotel you go to in LA, ask for that Russell of Hotels rate. Say, hey, do you have that ROH rate? Some of them do, some of them don't. But we're working on all of them. But Level Hotel definitely has it. So anyway, that is it for now. You guys have a great day. Once again, I do these lives every Monday through Friday between, around nooners. And then also I have a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. It's a little longer. It goes about an hour. I have guests on, and it comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And this is all Pacific Standard Time, okay? So it's about 22 minutes. I'm 22 minutes in on this show. So these shows typically go on. The daily check-in goes for about 20 minutes or so, 20, 25 minutes. So I'm right there. So you guys have a great day. Once again, happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.